Narrator. In the seaside town of Breezebrook, the wind had a favorite job. It danced. It danced in laundry lines and made the gulls giggle. It twirled hats and whispered secrets through tall grass, and every day it rang the tiny silver chime on a kid named Zara's backpack. Ting-a-ling, ting-a-ling. FX, soft wind chime. Gulls, gentle breeze. Narrator. But this morning, the wind forgot to blow. SFX, everything hushes. Narrator. Boats bobbed in the bay like sleeping ducks. Pennants drooped like sleepy tongues. Even the weather vane, a brass rooster on the lighthouse roof, seemed to shrug. And Zara stood very still to listen. Zara, chime. Are you shy today? Narrator. The chime stayed quiet. Narrator. On the hill above Breezebrook was a wonder few outsiders noticed. The floating forest. It was a drift of green islands made of trees, shrubs, and dandelions that usually hovered just above the town like a friendly parade. Today, without wind. To buoy it, the floating forest sagged. A cloud bumped into a willow and muttered, "Oh, pardon me." SFX, faint leaf rustle. Narrator. Zara tightened her backpack straps and started up the path. At the top, a small shadow flickered across her feet. A bright-eyed creature skidded to a stop. Part bird, part kite, fluttering and tugging a tail of red string. Kip. Name's Kip. Your chime's gone quiet too. Zara. Everything's gone quiet. Kip. Then we have to return the wind. The floating forest is getting dizzy. Zara. Return it. From where? Kip. From whoever keeps it when it gets lost. Come on. Narrator. Kip zoomed. Zara jogged. And together they found the oldest resident of Breezebrook. A great garden snail in a mossy hat. He napped on a smooth stone under a blueberry bush. Zara. Excuse me, Sir Spiral? Sir Spiral. Waking. Oh, shells and sunbeams. Visitors. Do you bring snacks or questions? Zara. Questions. The wind is missing. Sir Spiral. Then you'll want a map that only shows paths that listen. Zara. Paths that what? Sir Spiral. Listen. Some places don't. They just talk. But the wind loves listeners. SFX. Gentle scribbling. Narrator. Sir Spiral. Left a shimmering trail on the stone, drawing a spiraling map. The lines glowed softly like moonlight in puddles. Sir Spiral. Follow the still water pond. Pass the bottle chorus. Climb the lighthouse to the sky door. If you find a small bell with a very big job, be kind to it. It gets tired. Kip. Will be. Gentle as a feather. Sir Spiral. Feathers can tickle. Better. Gentle as a shadow. Narrator. They hurried to Stillwater Pond. Usually ducklings surfed tiny waves here. Today the water lay flat as a mirror. Dragonflies hovered, surprised to see their faces so clearly. Zara. How do we cross when nothing pushes us? Kip. We ask, not push. Narrator. Zara crouched by the pond. Zara. Hello, pond. May we borrow a lily pad? SFX. Soft water. Plop. Narrator. A lily. Pad loosened itself and drifted close. Zara and Kip stepped on, wobbling. They used a reed and a stray stick as paddles. The pond made small circles around them. Curious. Kip. Look. Cloud at 2 o'clock. Very fluffy. Slightly sneezy. SFX. Tiny cloud giggle. Narrator. A puff of cloud sank so low its belly brushed Zara's hair. Cloud. Hee. That tickles. I'm bumbles. I'm lost without the wind. Usually I'm a terrific drifter. Zara. We're going to the sky door to find the windkeeper. Want to float with us? Cloud. Do I? Hop on my fluff when you reach shore. I can carry you a bit if you promise not to tickle. Kip, no promises. Zara has hair like a hedgehog. Zara, hey, narrator. On the far bank, a rickety fence guarded an old shed where fishermen kept ropes and bottles. Inside, bottles hung from rafters with tiny shells tied to their necks. Without wind, they were silent, but when Zara breathed on one, it sang SFFX, faint bottle tone, like a glass flute narrator. And then, one by one, as if remembering something, the bottles hummed, bottle, whispering, the giggle of a baby, the hush of cat paws on a rug, the sigh the ocean makes when it misses the shore. Kip, it's a chorus of old breezes. Zara, they're telling us what the wind is made of. Narrator, Zara cupped her hands to collect the quiet sounds. She gathered a laugh. She gathered a hush. She gathered the ocean sigh and the shiver-leaf sound that trees make when they're telling jokes to birds. Zara, Sir Spiral said the wind loves listeners. Maybe the windkeeper needs these, bumbles. I can carry your sounds in my fluff. Carefully. Narrator. They climbed the lighthouse steps, round and round, past the brass rooster, weather vane frozen mid-peck, to a hatch at the very top. On its wooden frame, carved into the grain, were the words, Sky Door, please knock kindly. Zara, kindly knocks. Right, SFX. Knock, knock, knock. Very polite. Narrator. The hatch swung open to reveal a tiny workshop floating just above the lighthouse. Tools hung from the air by bits of string. Feathers sorted themselves in a drawer, labelled breezes. There were jars of fog, bundles of kite tails, and a nest made of paper tickets. And sitting on a spool of thread was the windkeeper, a small mouse in a waistcoat, wearing spectacles too big for his nose. Windkeeper, I'm Zephyrine, keeper of currents, wrangler of whirls. You have brought, oh, whispers. You brought whispers. Zara, we brought the ones we could find. Your bottles helped. Zephyrine, rubbing his whiskers. My bell stopped singing at dawn. Without it, the wind forgot its song. Bells don't work with shouts or horns, only with little things. Kip, we have little things. I'm mostly string. Zephyrine, show me your pockets. Narrator, Zara emptied her pockets. A marble that looked like a raindrop. A button from her dad's coat. A crumb of sand shaped like a star, and the gathered whispers, cupped like a bird. Zara, will these help? Zephyrine, only if you help. Wind needs friends. It gets tired of pushing alone. Narrator, Zephyrine led them to a small bronze bell, hanging in the air by nothing but a promise. It looked ordinary, except when you stared at it. You felt like humming. Zephyrine, this bell is tuned by kindness. We'll use your little things to find the right note. I'll count you in, and no shouting. The wind hates being told what to. Stokip, same. Zephyrine, ahem, 1, 2, 3. FX, gentle tink of bell narrator. The first tap sounded like a pebble skipping across a pond. The bronze warmed under Zara's fingers. Kip fluttered, stirring a whisper of string. Bumbles squeezed a bit of cloud fluff into the air. SFX, a soft rising who Zephyrine. Again please, and put the ocean sigh with the bell, not all at once, a little. SHX, tiny waves in a shell narrator. Zara imagined the ocean breathing in and out. She let the sigh flow into the bell. It answered with a low, cozy purr. Zephyrine. Better. Now, leaf jokes, cat paws, and one giggle. SFX, leaf rustle, faint giggle, pat narrator. The bell shimmered. Wind gathered around their ankles like helpful puppies. A rope swayed. Feather drawer sighed happily. Zara, it's working. Zephyrine, Once more. This time, add your own listening. Zara, my listening. Zephyrine, close your eyes. Remember the quiet thing you love most. Narrator. Zara closed her eyes. She remembered falling asleep to her dad's voice, telling stories. The pause between words, like standing at the edge of something wonderful. Zara, I love the quiet just before. A story knows what it wants to be. Zephyrine, put that in the bell. SFX, a clear bright chime that lingers. Narrator. The bell rang, and the sound didn't stop. It stretched, like a ribbon of song, and unrolled across Breezebrook. It threaded through alleys, under boats, over hats. The brass rooster took a deep breath and spun gently. Laundry fluttered like flags. The floating forest lifted, leaves giggling. Wind. Hello again. Narrator. Zara's backpack chimes sang ting-a-ling-ting. Kip looped a joy circle in the air. Bumbles puffed into a friendly dragon, and then back into a cloud. Zephyrine, thank you. You reminded the bell what the wind is made of. Kip, what is it made of? Zephyrine, not just air. It's made of everything kind that moves. Shared laughter. Careful steps. Sighs that forgive, and quiets that listen. Zara, will it forget again? Zephyrine. Sometimes the world gets noisy. If it does, come knock kindly. Bring little things. Narrator. Zara tied her dad's button to the bell's string. Zara, for when it needs to remember. Zephyrine, a perfect note. Narrator. Back down the lighthouse steps they went, the wind carrying them with gentle joy. At the foot of the hill, Sir Spiral practiced tiny somersaults in his shell, rather proud. Sir Spiral, well, did you listen? Zara, we did, and the wind listened back. Sir Spiral, that's how it works. Narrator, in Breezebrook, everyone smiled into their collars as the breeze returned. It fixed a toppled hat and spun a child's pinwheel. It nudged boats toward their moorings and shook a line of socks into a silly dance. Kip, race you to the willow tree. Zara, you're on. Narrator. They ran and flew beneath the now floating forest. The leaves told new jokes to the birds. The bottles in the shed hummed a fresh tune. Zara, thank you wind. SFX, gentle gust, chimes. Narrator. The wind answered, very softly, so you could feel it more than hear it. You're welcome. Narrator. That night, with her window cracked open, Zara slept to the song of the bell far away, tuned to laughter and cat paws, and leaf jokes, and stories waiting to be told. And, in the morning, the silver chime on her backpack rang out. SFX, ting-a-ling, bright and cheerful.